Hey friends, today I'm going to share with you our experience at the Titanic Museum and dinner show. So you can experience this one of a couple of ways. One, you can come and just tour the museum for a fee. You can also do the dinner experience, or you can combine the experiences and do both. There were lots of fun schematic drawings of the RMS Titanic. You get a White Star Line boarding pass, and on the back is the name of an actual passenger that was on that ship for that sailing. If you see one of these little plaques with the red flag, that means it is an actual artifact brought up from the Titanic. There were lots of well-themed large rooms to walk through and explore. They do a little bit of storytelling for the dinner show through some of these rooms, which was really neat. I really enjoyed looking at all of the artifacts that were brought up from the Titanic itself. One of my favorite pieces was a piece of luggage that was very well preserved. This was the on-deck room, and this was to represent the iceberg. Here was the drink menu. Is an open bar, open cash bar. The signature drink, of course, is an iceberg. This was the pre-show dinner package appetizer bar. This was the main dining room salad. This was the main dining room meal, so steak, chicken, and basically baked potato. This was the dessert. Okay, so let's get into who I think this experience is for and whether or not I think it is a good value or a good experience for the money. So I really enjoyed the museum aspect of this exhibit. I really enjoy getting to see the pieces brought up from the ship itself. That was really interesting to me. So I do recommend that if you are into the RMS Titanic and would like to learn some more facts and see some actual pieces from the ship, then I highly recommend checking the museum part out. Now, would I recommend the dinner show, and what was that like? Well, the dinner show was a little pricey. They call it a gala kind of thing, and they ask you, or they encourage you to dress up in your 1920s fashion or your favorite Titanic character. It was very cute-ish. Obviously it's a very serious story, and they do try to reenact kind of the events of the night and kind of the happening on Titanic. So it can get a little emotional for some people. I think it helps make real for some folks the severity and I'm not sure what the word is, but it really kind of made it hit home when you yourself are going through and they kind of walk you through the story, and then you go and you sit and you have this wonderful dinner, and then the ship starts to sink in the story, and then you realize that you're separated from your loved ones, and then you realize that not everybody in your group makes it. So it's kind of sobering to, it takes away some of the starstruckness of like what the film brings to the Titanic. So I think it does a pretty good job of paying tribute to those that survived and those that were lost. The meal itself was catered in, and it was not amazing. The flavor of the chicken and the steak were pretty good. The vegetables were kind of undercooked. The dessert was really good. The salad was just okay. And the actual dining room was a little lacking, especially the way they hype it up with their verbiage and a gala and you know, whatever. I think this place has an opportunity to be better than what it is currently. So if you love Titanic and you would love to learn more and you would love to kind of have that experience, sure, go do it. Go do it once. If you have a free evening while you're here in Orlando, go check it out. Otherwise, I would just say hit up the museum and pass on the dinner theater experience. I will say that when they give you those boarding passes, that's interesting. Like, wow. So, you know, they give men a man and they give women a woman, and it has their name, and these were actual passengers on the RMS Titanic. And then towards the end of the museum, there is this mural walls that has all the names of all of the passengers on the Titanic. And there's two types of names, the hollowed out and the solid, and one survived and one style didn't. And so it's kind of, think here you are, you know, randomly getting this passenger's name, and then you're going through the whole thing, and then you're checking the wall to see if your ticket made it or not. And it was crazy. It was just crazy. Like, so I got two different tickets because they gave me one for the museum and then one for the dinner. And my character survived both, or both of my characters survived. My husband's characters both perished. Like, it was crazy. It was just really crazy. So, you know, again, if you're really into the Titanic, go and check it out. Don't go thinking that it's going to be like the best meal ever or the best show ever, because you're going to be really disappointed. I didn't know what to expect, so I just kind of went with it to kind of, you know, see what happens. It was kind of a surprise dinner for me as part of Valentine's. My husband decided to take me, and I thought it was really neat to go one time. It was something we had kind of loosely talked about one time when we had seen it. So it was really interesting. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask. I'm here to help. I will be putting all of the information about this location in the description box below, as always, for you guys. And until the next time, shake a tail feather.